Can you tell me about this spoon?
This spoon, now I've got about, well, we did have about 8 to 12 spoons, and these were all made by my wife's uncle. He's died about 15 years ago, more, and this was his hobby. He used to disappear to the shed, and he'd produce tens and tens of these, and he'd actually give them to family and friends, etc. And all of them are unique. Everyone, you didn't have obviously didn't come off a sort of machine. Different, whether this one's quite deep in there. Unfortunately, you may notice there a little crack. Unfortunately, some actually put them in the dishwashers now and again, and don't do them any good at all. But myself, I will never take cawl unless I have a wooden spoon. I hate eating cawl unless I got a wooden spoon. Now I've got another one here, which, as you can see, is slightly bigger, larger, less deep, more shallow. This is actually my favourite one. So this one does not go into the dishwasher, and you can see it's well used, but always clean, always clean. It's lovely. If I had, and I thought you'd have bought some cawl with me today, that's why I actually brought that one in, and I'd have been having a good old. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, these are two that I've made recently. Now, I only saw a couple of spoons, and I didn't have any good photos or anything, so I was doing it mostly from memory, but also from trying to work out how best to do it, just with the limited resources that I had, sort of seeing, you know, grainy black and white photos of the process. So I'd like you to sort of take one.
Right, that's interesting what you said there. Obviously, first of all, on size, much smaller there, and not very deep there. Now, I think it would take me ages to have my bowl of cawl with this one. It's much more beautiful, but of course, these have been heavily used, so the sort of grain and things have virtually disappeared, and you can see where people actually are touching that, whereas this is very beautiful with the grain. Very interested in that. It's quite sharp. I also noticed on the other one that you've got.
Yeah.
The grain is beautiful. It's nice, been worked, and
they're both from the same log. I quartered it.
Oh, right. You wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I know. It's like the leaf and the other side. They do have very different properties.
Right.
And from what I could gather, looking at the pictures, the shape of those was determined. Whereas he had quite a large chunk of sycamore, mine was only about 3 or 4 inches diameter.
Right.
So
that was the trunk in total then.
Yeah.
So that sort of size. Yeah.
So I had I had a failure with the first one, and just as I was getting to the third one, it broke. That was the second one there, and that was the last one.
And this was the last one.
But
you kept the best to last. Well, obviously improving as you were going along. Although, yes, that feels better.
I mean, what I was thinking.
It thins out as it goes to the end there. That one not so, and then there are sharper edges there as well. So possibly that could be finished and rounded there as well.
Yeah.
Further.
I mean, some of the ones that I saw were quite angular, and I didn't realise that it was such a variety of shapes and that. Yeah. I was trying to follow more the shape of the wood that I had.
Because it's quite obvious. Now, this one is towards that. There's a little kink in it. But that one is nearly straight. It's not quite. You can still see that little bit there. But it's virtually nearly straight.
Yeah.
Diddorol iawn. Pob hwyl gyda'r prosiect.
Diolch.